Welcome back to Sprague or Homestead. So today, well, it's just kind of a weird day, isn't it? And I think that's every day. But here are 6 things that we didn't actually expect to happen. So item number 1 on the list, it's got to be toilet paper. That is the thing that seems like everybody wants to talk about, is that toilet paper cannot stay on the shelves.
And this has been weeks in now that toilet paper has been a hot commodity item. Now we have some theories on this. One, I don't know if you've seen the articles. There's several articles online now where they've talked to psychologists, and it's a herd mentality kind of thing, right? So you see one person buying it, and in your panic, you think that person knows something that you don't know, and so you start buying it, and then it becomes an epidemic all of its own. But the other theory that we have is that suddenly you've got all these people and their families that are staying at home that aren't used to staying home, and people really aren't aware of what your actual TP usage is. I mean, unless you are home all the time or homeschool or whatever, like we're home all the time, so we have a pretty good grip on it. But like my brother and sister-in-law, I'm sure it's been a bit of a curve for them because suddenly they got 3 kids at home that are usually at school, and my brother's home a little bit more, even though he's still working. So you've got all these family members converging at home, and, you know, did you really store enough for a couple of weeks?
Right.
Maybe, maybe not.
Now, a funny story on that toilet paper. So the first week that the actual TP crisis, I guess you want to call it, in there, we went into Walmart, and part of it was because we actually did need a little stuff, but there was a little bit of voyeurism to it because we really, you know, you've seen the memes online, you see the people rushing through Costco and getting pallets and stuff, and we were kind of like...
we have friends and family that live in big cities,
right,
where it's far worse than it is in our little area.
Right, but we couldn't believe it. We were like, all right, this is a gimmick. No, this is not actually happening, especially in our community. It's not happening. So imagine us, we're walking down the toilet paper aisle, and the shelf is bare, and we're just kind of looking at each other like, oh my gosh.
And paper towels. I mean, you could see all the way through the racking.
Barren shelves in the paper good aisle. And so here's this older gentleman, and I'm going to say he's probably late 70s. That's my guess. So he's standing there with his cart, just kind of shaking his head, and I hear him sell to this other guy, I didn't really have any toilet paper. I came in to buy some, and I can't even buy some. And so imagine this. There's this other guy. He's probably 60-ish. And he stops. And he starts looking around, you know, and it's like, this has got to be good because this guy is acting real suspicious. And so he leans into the other guy and says, I know a guy, and he's got a stash of toilet paper. He ended up buying stuff. It'll be a little more expensive than what's on the store shelf here, but I can give you his number if you need some in a pinch.
So it's basically an illicit black market toilet paper deal going down in the aisles of Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, just know that, even in our small little community, toilet paper hoarding is a thing, and there are side deals of people that know a guy that's got it.
And it's gotten better in the last, week and a half. Yeah. They're getting some in, but it's like limit 1 a customer, and you know, you've got the fights at the register for the people that tried to buy more than that, and
or they send their kids through a different aisle, or their husbands or something. So yeah, it's all out there.
I'm sure it's happening elsewhere too, but those are the things we've seen.
All right, so item 2, and this one hits us really, really hard. Twice. 1, because I work from home, and 2, because we're content creators trying to upload videos, and that is the internet. Y'all need to go outside.
So it's happening in a lot of places. If you live in a city, I guess you're not being hit as hard as some of us rural folks. But basically, you know, home-based providers only plan on X amount of data throughout the day and throughout the weekends. And we've noticed the whole time we've lived here, on weekends, the internet bogs down and it's a little slow because everybody's at home. Well, imagine now that all the schools are closed until the end of April. You've got parents now at home. Everybody's hanging out. And I think it speaks volumes that one of the biggest things out right now is this Tiger King on Netflix that people are streaming. So everybody's online, and those of us who actually need it to work, we can't hardly get a signal to save our lives.
I can tell when everybody gets up in our local area, because at like 8:05, y'all jump online. And the internet, I get up at 6 because I work Central Time. So I get up at 6, which is 8 Central. I work for 2 hours, and I have pretty much free reign on the internet because y'all ain't up. But at 8 o'clock, every day, the internet just starts doing this.
And it's getting worse now that they're doing the online schooling for a lot of the kids.
Yes, and college too. So
Yeah.
I get it. Everybody needs it, but man, don't hoard it. It's not toilet paper. It's internet. It's a renewable source. Let me have some, please.
Yeah, like from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. If y'all ain't working or doing school, oh, for the love of God, please give it to some of us who have other jobs.
Go outside and plant a garden, like today. So the third item on the list is one that we didn't expect, and that was people eventually realizing while they stocked up on their own goods and everything else, they actually have animals, and livestock feed started to get to be the next thing. Well, it's kind of the third thing beyond baking goods, but livestock feed was like the third thing hit of people starting to hoard.
Yeah, so we went in to get dog food for the dogs. Now, we had been in on like a Tuesday. We'll admit that in 1 week we were in town like 3 times, other reasons. But so we were in on like a Tuesday. They had tons of dog food. We got home and I said, you know, we should probably buy some extra dog food for the big dogs. Because, you know, we've got 5 LGDs and we go through quite a bit of food. So we went back in 2 days later on Thursday, and when I say barren, I mean barren. Walmart didn't have a bag of dog food anywhere. Not the expensive stuff, not the Old Roy, nothing. There was nothing. Cat food, cat litter, nothing anywhere. We did end up going to one of the feed stores, the Coastal, and found most of what we feed because we mix our dog food. And since then, we've been able to find the last couple things that we need, but man, there was nothing. And then I went into the feed store. I had actually ordered a pallet of rabbit feed, and before you think I'm hoarding it, we're literally going through that much in about a month and a half right now. So to avoid trips to the town, I did buy a whole pallet, had it custom ordered, didn't buy it out of stock. And I went in, we stopped by on that Thursday coming out of town, because it was supposed to be in. There was a shipping problem. It had just gotten in, and then we couldn't take it because we didn't have the trailer. So we went back in Friday. Now keep in mind, my feed store gets feed Thursday. They got their feed at 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon. When we went back in Friday at noon just to pick up the feed, almost everything that they had gotten in the day before was sold out. I got like they had 12 bags of chicken feed left?
Of 3 pallets.
Yeah, they had 12 bags left. I took 10 because we legitimately need them. They're all-purpose pellets for all the birds. I couldn't get any shavings that I wanted. Right. I had to get the fine bedding pine, which is fine. I use that too. There was a lot of, it was an echo chamber in the feed bay. There was nothing anywhere. They were almost out of rabbit feed. They were out of chicken feed. They were out of goat feed, dog food, all of it. It was amazing. Yeah,
it was amazing. The thing about it is we pulled up with a trailer and they had pallets, mixed pallets of stuff. I think they had 10 orders that were pallet loads of orders already prepaid, sitting there waiting for people to come pick up.
And they did 2 more while we were sitting there.
And they did. So, I mean, they were, like they had said, it's like suddenly people realized, oh, I have livestock that actually have to eat. And everybody decided, like on a Thursday, that they were going to go out and clean out the stores. So it was crazy.
And I know if you're in a warmer area, you're probably already on grass and you've got other alternatives. We don't have grass yet. We're starting to get some green here and there that I'm supplementing the chickens with, but we don't have enough natural forage at the moment to support anything right now. So
I know it.
So everybody kind of got right on that boat. I don't know how Coastal was doing, but I do know when we walked in to get that dog food on Thursday, on the big board where you pull all the tickets for feed, there was a lot of white tickets saying sold out, sold out, sold out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they were in a similar boat.
Yep. All right, so item 4 that we have experienced here that we didn't expect. The amount of people that have suddenly become homesteaders. Friday they panicked, Monday or really Saturday, they went in and literally bought out every chicken, rabbit, and goat within like a 4-county distance.
Yeah, so I was in Coastal this week, and they must have, 15, 20?
At least.
20, bins for chicks, and there wasn't a peep anywhere. So as I was actually talking to the girl about something else, and I said, hey, out of curiosity, did you guys not get chicks this week? And she said, oh yeah, no, we did. So they've been getting them in on Thursday. There's a 24-hour hold. She said when they opened the ability to buy chicks on Friday, they sold in 2 hours, and they had gotten 500 chicks. So that kind of tells you, and they've been getting, she said 250 to 500 every week since mid-February?
Yeah.
Where are all of these chicks?
Where are thousands of chicks going?
Apparently everybody has decided that they're going to raise chicks. Now, I don't have a problem with this. We are all about getting people out and getting them homesteading. But I have some real concerns when I see people online saying things like, well, I got my chicks 5 days ago. How soon can I put them outside? Or when did they start laying? 15 or 16 weeks? And people are like, no, not 15, 16 weeks, like 6 months. And so I'm a little concerned about that. The other big thing is, of course, doing rabbits. Every person I know that raises a New Zealand, a California, a satin, or anything big enough to eat cannot keep rabbits right now. People are buying anything and everything. Stuff that I would not recommend you buy. Flemish Giants. I mean, tons of stuff. My number of people who have come out of the woodwork right now wanting rabbits, I'm almost up to a full page of people that are on my waiting list looking for stuff. Now, some of that is looking for show breeders, since that's our big deal. But we met some guys just at our gas station yesterday that are looking to buy enough rabbits to start feeding their 70-person personnel on their farm, and wanted to know if we could supply and or sell breeders to these folks.
Yeah.
It sounds like what they want to do is buy some to use as breeders, and in the meantime, while they're waiting for them to grow, they might be buying rabbits from us. So, wild stuff. And it's, like he said, goats are another thing. The only animal I can find on our Craigslist right now is roosters, pigs, because not everybody's set up for pigs, male goats, particularly wethers, and cows. Cows, that's it. There is not a female goat to be found, no chicks, no chickens, no ducks, turkeys, geese, and no rabbits.
So I say all of this while we're thankful to be selling a lot of stuff and have a lot of interest. What I hope really is that a lot of people have taken the current situation and they've decided to make that change. Like they just didn't have enough motivation or inspiration to get out there and put in a small garden or to do some of this stuff. And people want to get in for the real reason of the longevity of it, that they don't plant stuff now and come August they're starving because they thought in June they'd have corn. Stuff that takes 4 and 5 months to grow, rabbits or chickens or anything else that gets to that point, that people don't starve themselves and freak out when they didn't know that chickens don't lay eggs at 6 weeks and, things like that. I really hope people do take this to the point of they make that change, and whether it sticks like permanently or it sticks enough that they make a little bit of a change to the homesteading. I hope it sticks for the good reasons, not that everybody's freaking out and all of a sudden shunning, technology and city living. And
they're definitely not shunning technology.
Well, obviously.
Our internet proves that.
Yeah, but I hope people do this for the right way and the right reasons, that they want to make this change and not freaking out and just buying up, everything they can buy, and then they don't know how to take care of it and it all dies, or they get mad when it comes time to butcher and they can't do it, and they've got 100 rabbits now, but they can't actually butcher a rabbit because it freaks them out. I mean, there's a lot of things out there.
Yeah. The seed thing has been the other thing that's really gotten me.
Right. So number 5. Everybody decided that they were going to plant a garden this year, and nobody, I mean everybody that has sold seeds online has sold out for the next 2 months or something.
Yeah, I buy from Baker Creek a lot, and Territorial and Sustainable Seed Company are my faves. And for a while they were closing down because they literally could not keep up with seed orders. Now, Baker Creek has said that they do have seed inventory, and so a lot of stuff is becoming available again. It was just a matter of they could not keep up with the demand. There was one day alone that I saw that they were posting that sales were up 35 times over normal. So, yeah, it's been interesting because the online seed companies are selling out big time. But if you go to buy seeds at like Home Depot, because I ended up doing that. I needed to start some tomato seeds and couldn't get them online. The racks are full, like full. There's tons of seeds, at least at our Home Depot, but couldn't get them online, which was kind of frustrating. But
Yeah, and I don't know if that's, is it reputation? You think surely nobody at Home Depot knows what they're doing, so I can't go in there and ask them like, what's a good tomato to grow? Should I get Aroma? Should I get Tomatillos or something? And you feel like by going to the online ones, and that's their sole business, that surely they know exactly what you need? I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out.
I think it's avoiding people. I think
Well,
it's social distancing, and you can buy it through the mail and not worry about it.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
I mean, that would be my guess as to what the deal is. I can tell you that nobody is buying them at Home Depot, so if you're worried about social distancing, don't be. I stood there with a 16-foot rack all by myself, and people zooming around buying the last of the toilet paper, bottled water, and cleaners at Home Depot, but I was over getting seeds, so it didn't bother me. Good selection right now.
That's right. All right, so number 6 on our list of the 6 things we didn't expect to happen. The amount of people that are getting their daily information on statistics via Facebook memes it's really kind of spooky.
I mean, we all know that a lot of people get their information off of Facebook. It's unfortunate.